guys, Marianne Elliott from 360 Mortgage Solutions. So I wanted to jump on today and share a little bit of the bank's perspective of clients who are accessing their superannuation. Superannuation is a product I am not trained to talk to people about. So here's my disclaimer before we get started. I am in no way giving any advice to anybody about their superannuation and whether they should or shouldn't access it under the new COVID policy. But given that it's such a common thing, I really wanted to jump on and share if somebody was to access their superannuation under the COVID policy, how do the banks and lenders view that, and what would that mean for them when they're going for a loan? So from a bank's perspective purely, they see it that clients are only eligible to access their superannuation under financial distress due to COVID. So if a client in the last couple of months has had financial distress and had to access their superannuation, potentially lending them $500,000, $250,000 worth of debt is not something that the majority of banks and lenders want to entertain. There are, of course, some exceptions to the rule, but as a blanket rule, it doesn't sit that well with the majority of banks or lenders. The other thing I would encourage you to do, this is mainly because I'm not licensed to talk about superannuation, is I would get you to talk to a financial planner, particularly the financial planner that set up your superannuation. But if you're like the majority of Australians who've just put your superannuation with who your employer told you to go with, then find a qualified financial planner and talk to them about the pros and cons if you were to access some of your superannuation. It's probably a really good time to touch on the fact that lending at the moment can be a little bit tricky. That's not to say that banks and lenders don't want to lend money. They absolutely do. They're in the business of lending money. But as you can appreciate, with COVID in the current environment, banks and lenders want to be far more thorough and make sure that they're lending money to people who aren't going to be in trouble. They're protecting you and putting your best interests first. So with that being said, there's a lot of outside the box type scenarios which pre-COVID probably wouldn't have been so outside the box, which just means it's far more important to be talking to a broker who can access multiple lenders on their panel rather than going to one bank who has one policy. So other than that, guys, I hope you're having a great day and I will talk to you next time.